Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Paulio Jr. and, of course, my partner, CJ's Info. Chris, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on, Paul? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. So we have now entered episode number 8 of the Inner Circle podcast.
Almost running out of fingers, Paul.
Yeah. Well, next in 3 videos, you can take your socks off and start counting with your toes if you'd like. So, but so this is actually the first video that is going on. That's going on the actual Inner Circle podcast YouTube channel. So we literally made it yesterday. And going into today. So they are the Inner Podcast, like I said on my channel, it is its own entity basically. So, and I'm trying to pull it up real quick as far as what the channel looks like and so forth. But if you're, well, you know what? I guess if you're here, you're here. So, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But yeah, if you're watching this video, you're only watching it on
the page. Right?
On the page. So yeah, I'm just used to uploading it to my old page. So
right. Well, what do you want to show everybody what the page looks like anyway? I mean, I know what you're saying.
I mean, I can. I just don't know where else this. Every once in a while, you'll see somebody's YouTube video on a different page.
Right.
But whatchamacall?
Actually, yeah, because I do have it linked from my YouTube and yours, so it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the link is there, but as far as the videos,
still leading to your main page.
Yeah. So, but obviously, at the moment, it does not have a custom URL until the page is actually 30 days old. So that's the rule for YouTube. We have to have 100 subscribers, and the page has to be 30 days old until we can get a custom URL. And Chris and I actually talked about how we're going to try and monitor how the Inner Podcast is doing as far as the Inner Circle Podcast is doing just in general. So we kind of have an unwritten rule or unwritten agreement where Chris and I cannot ask people to subscribe in the real world. So like we could talk about it and so forth, but we're not going to go to family and friends and say, hey, do you mind going to this channel and subscribing? We want to see organically how this YouTube channel is going to do, as well, of course, as where all the audio files are on the other platforms. So, but online on the internet, there's no rules as far as that goes. So we will.
I'm waiting to see where Esteban is. I don't know. He disappeared on us.
Well, maybe he was subscriber 3, unless you know who that was. So
we have a third one. We have 3 now.
Yeah. So
that's him then. It must be.
That's the only person I could think of. So
well, thank you, Esteban, if that was you. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely hope that I hope he joins, and so I don't see why he wouldn't. So I mean, that was. For anybody who doesn't know, this guy Esteban is like our biggest fan of the podcast. He was subscribed to my channel. He won a gift card a while ago, and then I actually sent him some merchandise from my store. So, but yeah, so it's just like going into this new channel, which like right now it's 4:37 p.m. On a Monday.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and so I started making the new account last night. It was pretty late, so it did go into today. And I'm seeing like how many features are actually, you know, omitted when you start out as a new YouTuber.
Yeah, make it really difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's like I'm not used to this again to
Yeah.
where to how I'm limited, to how you and I are limited to um to what we can actually do. And I'm going to see if I can pull that up real quick.
It's
Just
almost like you're in training as a little Padawan, and then you're becoming a
and then you're so let's see here.
master Jedi.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up the channel here so I can show people. So anyone that is listening, what I'm pulling up right now is this is our channel page. So, and it basically says basically what we're eligible for. So obviously we don't have any copyright strikes or guideline strikes, anything like that. And as you can see at the moment, we can't embed live streams. We can't use super chat until we get 1,000 subscribers. We can't have a custom URL at the moment. We can't have channel memberships. We can't do content ID appeals yet. So, and we can start enabling monetization, but obviously we can't get that until we have 1,000 subscribers and was it 2,000 hours of watch time?
4,000 hours.
4,000.
I'm not even at 4,000 hours yet.
Yeah, so you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 365 days in order to actually monetize your channel. So, but
it's hard, man. It really is hard. One thing I would definitely say, and this is my own experience, is that with YouTube, that I've come to realize for myself that I've watched many YouTube videos, but I realized that I would never subscribe to anybody. So I'm like, why would I subscribe? I just want to get to the point. I want to know what I need to know if it's a how-to, right? But I come to realize making YouTube videos, how difficult it is as a creator to get subscribers. So, I think of it as myself saying, well, I've seen these people's videos, and then it's like it's like stealing in a way. It's like, oh, you took their stuff, meaning you use the information they give you, and then you run away from it. So you never thank them. So how do you thank somebody? I would say you subscribe. You subscribe to someone's channel, you're saying, thank you, I appreciate the info you had. Maybe I'm going to come back and take a look at some other stuff that you have. So really, I feel like if you've listened to any of our videos or my channel or Paul's channel and you like our videos, subscribe to the channel because that tells us that you like it, you're connected to us, and it's like a thank you in a way. So
yeah, I definitely agree. I guess the only times I haven't subscribed to people are when like I've only watched, say, like one video from them, and it was because I was looking something up to see how to do it. But if I've watched at least minimum 2 or 3 of your videos, then I would definitely subscribe. And there's no harm in subscribing to someone's channel. It just sits on the side, and you just see when they put out new videos. So,
and you have the option to turn notifications on or off. So if you don't want to be bothered with someone's videos every time they come out with one, you don't need to be. You just hit that bell icon or not,
Yeah, so you don't have to. I mean, it'll still come up in your feed, obviously, but you do not have to be subjected to a notification on YouTube or a notification on email. I mean, of course, we would love for you to do that for the Inner Circle podcast channel. But yeah, if you have watched the videos, if you have watched these podcasts or you've listened to these podcasts before, and you spend enough time here, we would definitely appreciate you, coming to this channel and helping us grow. So yeah, I feel like a newbie again. Like when, like I said, my first channel was 2012, and it just slowly grew. And then a couple years later is when I really started getting into it, and that's when I really started gaining, what I call, a decent amount of popularity. But yes, I mean, starting a new YouTube channel I guess it can be intimidating for people who haven't used the platform in that way. Like, at least Chris and I know how to navigate through everything and what to do. How to operate everything in YouTube as far as other creators, experienced creators, but someone that's just getting into it, they have no idea. And Chris and I were talking earlier, and what I personally think in my experience, is that your description, your hashtags, and your keywords are all helpful, but the main thing, and even the thumbnail is helpful, but the main thing is definitely your title. Your title is huge. So, and the more specific you can get, the better. And that's just from my experience. The best videos that I have are because of the titles, because they are so close to what people are searching that they're just right there, and they're at least on the front page of YouTube, or if not, Google and other search engines. But most of the views that I get are from YouTube directly, people that are already on it. So if you are starting out a new YouTube channel, like Chris and I are, best of luck. We, always want to see other people do well. And like I said, we are not in the real world asking people to subscribe. So we will tell people about it, but we're not going to bother people to subscribe. Like, we're going to let them
realistically see how we're doing as a whole on online.
Yeah. It's going to be under their own volition. So under the individual's decision to subscribe. We're not going to grab their phones and and search for our name and subscribe. So which, I won't lie, I have done that in the past a while ago when I was starting up my new channel. I was asking everybody under the sun to subscribe and all that.
It's really hard to start out and, to get people to willingly subscribe. And I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying, that if you've seen someone's video and you enjoyed it, or what, like Paul said, 2 or 3 videos, subscribe to the channel. You're not paying anything. There's no obligation, to pay anything. This is free,
Yeah.
Just, you're connected. It just says, hey, I'm connected. That's all.
Yeah, and for anybody that's watching, until we hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, there aren't going to be any ads on here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There will be 0 ads on any of these videos until we hit that number. So whenever the hell that happens. So
even if we have 1,000 subscribers, we still need 4,000 hours.
We still need that time. Yeah. So. Yeah. But so who knows how long it's going to take to get both of those. So, I hope my hope is that at the latest would be a year from today.
Right.
Like that is my hope for the latest. But
August of 2020.
So by August. Yeah, August 26, 2020. I hope that we have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That would be pretty awesome. And just kind of going further into I wanted to share some analytics here as far as now what we're looking at right now. This is actually my personal channel. This isn't the Inner Circle. And it's just a summary of basically people who's watching, where they're watching it from, what device they're using, and so forth. And I was personally surprised that people who were using a cell phone, that the cell phones didn't blow the computer out of the water as far as watch time. So,
Yeah, I'm surprised that computer there is actually very close with the cell phone.
yeah. So for mobile phones, 46% of the total people that have seen my videos, 46% have been on the cell phone, 40% on a computer, 8% from a tablet, 4.6 from like a smart TV, and almost 1% from game consoles have all been. But the a laptop or a desktop are almost neck and neck. They're right there. The watch time is not far off, and the percentages are right there. So I thought by now that phones would have dominated computers by a hell of a lot, but they're only up by 6%. So that's just going off my channel, but I don't see why that would be a hell of a lot different from other people's channels.
Yeah.
So, and then just the last quick thing, it doesn't pertain to the Inner Circle podcast, but YouTube does offer a lot of really beneficial analytics for people. So I know that on my page that typically people between the ages of 25 to 34, which is where I'm at, that's my age. That's a majority of the people that are watching my videos on my channel. So, but but then we go into gender. That's a whole nother story. Once we go into gender, and I'm not even going to say it. I just want it to pop up. I'll say it for people who are just listening. Once it comes up, but sometimes the analytics take a second. So, but look at that. So overall, 80% of my viewers are male.
Well, that kind of makes sense, honestly. I mean,
yeah, I mean they're DIY.
Like if you were a female talking about a lot of feminism, like a lot of female, however, what's it called, female related videos, then more females would be attracted to. Even if you're a guy talking about a lot of female products or things, then you would have more females, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I would say even if I was a female making these videos, that I would still have more females watching I would still have more females watching my videos. But
all right, put a wig on. No.
yeah, that's what I should do to get my female viewership up. But it's the same thing. Like my age group is from 25 to 34 years old. So, but like I said, that's just for my channel. But the biggest thing I wanted to just get out of that was how, how computers and cell phones are basically neck and neck as far as people watching. People really underestimate, how many people actually do use a laptop or a computer very often, over their cell phone or in conjunction with their cell phone. So and that's me personally. Like personally, I see more things when I'm on my desktop computer than I do with my cell phone. It's just how it is. But
I think there's a lot of business people out there who probably use their computer or laptop a lot more than their phone for work, and then they might be, on the side looking at other things on whatever, when they're not working. But I'm saying people that usually use a laptop on a frequent basis, business people especially, are probably looking at these videos.
Yeah, they'll just go check them out. And sometimes there's videos that have, let's say it's like a sketch or it has like really good animation, that. It's actually better to watch on a larger screen, obviously. Than
I think of your dad. I mean, your dad is more on the laptop than his phone, right? you know?
Oh, no question. No
Right.
question.
That's like a good
Absolutely.
example. He's a business person, so.
But yeah, I mean, he's on his computer for work anyway, but he is like kind of like me. I'm still, even though I can operate with a lot of the new technology that's come out, I'm still very old school on how I, you know, use my desktop PC as like my main way of getting online and doing the majority of what I need to be done.
Yeah.
The cell phone is just when it's just when I'm not near my computer. But
Right.
but if I'm sitting here and looking at the computer and I have my phone right next to me, yeah, we're definitely going to use the computer, no question whatsoever. So,
Well,
and
cell phone's like when you're not at home, basically. It's like a computer not at home.
that's it. I mean, that's really it. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm home, the only time would be like if I'm sitting out on the porch
Right.
or something like that, or like if you get a text message. But as far as watching videos go, obviously, I would want to watch them on my TV, and I also play podcasts off my TV as well. So I'll leave on Pandora or I'll leave on whatever podcast I'm listening to. I'll just leave it on,
Uh,
played in the background.
what podcasts are we on now, Paul? I mean, I know you've been telling me we've been accepted to many now, as far as from Anchor.
Oh yeah, I mean, so I know we are on 5 different platforms, and we have I want to say 7 or 6 to go.
It's awesome.
So I can tell you right now, obviously we're on YouTube. So we're on YouTube. We are officially on Google Podcasts.
Nice.
We are on Anchor. Now, Anchor is like kind of like our main page that can get you to the rest of the other pages, unless you're just using the app itself. We're on Pocket Casts, and we're on Radio Public is the 5th one. But there's still, but we're still being submitted to a whole, and I think I sent you the list last night. So we're waiting on Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Overcast, Spotify, and Stitcher.
Right.
So
Now, some of these are free. Like some of these you don't have to pay for, and some you can listen to for free.
yeah, most are free, but like you saw earlier, Pocket Casts is one of those ones that isn't, for whatever reason. There has to be some sort of benefit to being signed up for Pocket Casts. There has to be something in there that's worth
Probably something
that.
to do with no advertisements, kind of like Spotify. If you don't want any advertisements, you need to pay a little fee for no ads.
Yeah. But as far as Google Podcasts go, there aren't any ads on there.
Same with Anchor. Well, Anchor has you talking, but there's no fee for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's just a quick. That's a quick sponsor. That's a quick sponsor
Yeah.
related thing. So, but yeah, but mostly everything that we're on, you're not going to see any advertisements for a while. The worst thing you're going to have to listen to is, I think, a 15-second audio clip of me, just advertising Anchor as being one of our sponsors. So.
If you're on YouTube, there is no ads right now. So
Yeah, there are absolutely no ads, and there won't be for quite some time, unless for whatever reason we start blowing the hell up. So, but enough. Well, not enough about us, but enough about us. Yeah, screw us.
Yeah.
So, you and I were talking about a whole bunch of stuff before we started, and I wish I had recorded it, because I think it's actually cool seeing seeing
Not
the
cutscenes.
yeah, the unedited version. I think it's cool to see, some of the process
Yeah,
of just getting ideas together and, what we're trying to accomplish and so forth. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about, because it's funny because so Chris actually was talking about how the new Star Wars is coming out, in which I had no idea because there's so many now. But I'm actually in the middle of watching the old, like the first Star Wars that came out. So I watched the first one. What the hell was the first one called? Like A New Hope, and then The
yeah.
Empire Strikes Back. So that's episode 4 and episode 5. And now I'm on episode 6, Return of the Jedi. But Chris, what's the new one that's coming out? And do you have anything as far as like the order because I would like to see the order
Yeah,
of all the Star Wars and just how many there actually are, because I've missed a ton of them.
sure. Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's kind of funny when I heard you talking about, uh, you were just telling me the order that you're watching it in. So what order are you watching it in? Because here on Wikipedia,
Right
it says
there.
you're watching it in chronological or release
Yes.
chronological.
So at the moment, there you go. So that's the episode 4. I watched that, and
Okay.
then
And then
I
you went down to Emperor Strikes Back.
I watched. Yes, I just finished that one, and now I'm hoping to start Return of the Jedi tonight.
Now, what is for just out of curiosity, did you have any like reasoning to do this, or is this just something you just started because you thought, this is how you just want to watch it, or
No, I mean, to be honest, it was more because I actually uh, like I actually just finished watching all of the Harry Potter movies again.
oh, nice.
And then I mentioned it before, but I was watching Sword Art Online, and
Yeah,
I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings again. So I'm looking for shows, that are kind of fantasy, more fiction based than
yeah,
anything else. So, and Star Wars came up. I remember that I did enjoy it when I was younger. One of the
okay.
Dude, they still stand the test of time. Like that
Oh,
movie
yeah,
the first one came out in 1977.
yeah, that's amazing, dude. Before we
And
were
well before well, not well, but
about
nine,
10 years before I was born, 87.
yeah, so 9 years for me, roughly. But what they were able to do and how they were able to do it in 1977 and
Right.
even 1980, and then 1983 is the last one that they did back then, is absolutely outstanding
Oh,
as
yeah.
compared to, because there was no CGI really. There was no, like, everything was done with models.
Right.
They were making model ships, and
Technology was so different back then.
yeah, I actually heard the way that they made the noise of the lightsaber was by stretching out a slinky and
Really?
like, yeah, and like hitting the slinky with like another metal object.
Why couldn't they just go? "Yoom,
Yeah, yeah, they just voice over and zoom, zoom, yeah, whatever.
yoom"?
But
Sounds like it, right?
yeah, of course
Yoom.
they should have just had you do it. Waited till you were born.
Yeah. So I was just curious when you said, what order, because I did find a website. It said, what order should you watch them in? And I
Oh,
don't really know what order is good. But this is the order according to this site, pocketlint.com, pocket-lint.com. Just there's other websites out there, but this one seems to kind of like make it a little easier to understand
okay.
what you have. And here you got best Star Wars movie order. So this is the best way to watch it. They say the chronological order, which what you're watching it, right? Then they have something called the Machete Order. Um, Best Star Wars movie order, spoiler free. Then there's theatrical order, and then the Rinster order. So let's click on. All right, this one, best Star Wars movie order.
Okay.
Uh, so New Hope.
That's what I watched first so
So
far.
now they say go to Rogue One.
Really? The
Yeah.
first it follows.
It filled with a New Hope backstory. It follows the daughter of Death Star's creator Jyn Erso. She's free from the Rebel Alliance. It ends where A New Hope begins, but because it's so reliant on the
Okay, okay.
so
Gotcha,
then they
gotcha.
say go to The Emperor Strikes Back.
Okay, okay. So
Um,
they're going in like the story order,
Story order, yeah.
it
So
seems.
we don't
Well,
need to get all involved with this all, but I just wanted to kind of like scroll through them. Uh, so
yeah.
they so they went to Emperor Strikes Back, The Phantom Menace, optional, Attack of the Clones, my favorite guy Yoda there, uh, Revenge of the Sith, Solo, optional. It's just like there's so many movies. It's like, well, how do you watch these? Return of the
Uh,
Jedi.
I'm curious as to why the Return of the Jedi is after the Phantom Menace,
Yeah,
because
I'm just confused by it all.
no, long story short, the Phantom Menace. Go back up real quick to the Phantom
I mean,
Menace.
to be honest, like I have a hard time comprehending a lot of this stuff. Like you, like the movies itself, you are very good with comprehension of a lot of this. Maybe I'm just stupid, but
No,
I
no, no. It's just not something that you're like that you've never really gotten into. That's all. So
yeah, I
it
love watching them, but for some reason, like my mind like starts to go like hard to focus, man. There's so much going on.
go back up to the
I've heard of people even saying like you really got to watch a Star Wars movie like three times to actually understand it all.
there are things. Go up again. I was looking at the Phantom Menace.
It says optional, so
Yeah, I know. It's still interesting that they put it in there because, long story short, um, spoil. I mean, this isn't a spoiler alert because they've been out forever. But
right.
like Obi-Wan Kenobi dies in the first one from 1977, right?
Um,
So this one is based before that.
yeah,
So that doesn't. I don't
it
know.
doesn't really make sense, but that's just one way they call it the best. Then they have the chronological order, which Paul is watching in.
Yeah. So no, no, no. That's not actually. I'm watching it in the theatrical order.
Oh, you're watching
So
theatrical. Okay.
so the chronological order is exactly like the episodes in order as far as like the side ones. Like
Right.
so that
Okay, so chronological, we got The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Solo, Rogue One, New Hope, The Emperor Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and now a new movie is coming out, The Rise of Skywalker in
okay.
2019.
Okay.
So,
So that's the actual storyline and
chronologically,
how to watch it. Yes, the
right.
chronological
Now
order.
you have theatrical, which would mean that it's in order of release date, right? Basically, what that means. You know,
Um
order the release and yeah, it tells
yes.
you right.
Yes. So yeah, theatrical order is yes, the release
But
dates of them.
obviously, people don't get confused that episode 4 is not don't go by the episode number as just go by release date if you want to watch it in order of when it was released. So and then
Yeah.
you have Machete Order, which is I never heard of this. Basically cuts the Phantom Menace from your rewatch, which is what you were saying, right? Why was that next?
Yeah, yeah, and like it says here, a lot that was probably one of the worst Star Wars movies ever made.
I Am Your Father preserves, but it was created in 2011, doesn't include the sequels, and no longer a complete viewing order. So for a Machete Order, it's like a shortened version. So they say A New Hope, Emperor Strikes Back, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then Return of Jedi would be the Machete order.
Yeah, and just like I said earlier, it doesn't make sense to have. Um, I don't know. I think it's I think the first two are better. Either watch it in theatrical order, which means the dates that they came out,
Yeah.
or either watch them in chronological order. So exactly how the story started to where it ends.
And
So
now they something here about the Rinster order. I don't know what this is. This guy named Rinster Order. He is a Star Wars super fan. Well, the guy's name is Ernest Rinster. He created it to preserve Luke Father's twist, but also keeps the Phantom Menace. So no sequel films, but you still prefer. So A New Hope, Emperor Strikes Back, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and Return of the Jedi. So let's see what's missing here. We're missing, so basically without
the Phantom Menace.
and Attack of the Clones. Oh, no, just the Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
all. So I personally wouldn't go by, I would just go either chronological or a theatrical. So
yeah,
watch
I would
them.
want to personally watch them all, like, but I want either one, like you're saying.
I do personally like the theatrical order.
Yeah, I think
That's how I like it. That's yeah,
so. So
going by the
theatrical
date.
includes them all.
Say that
Does
again?
theatrical includes them all, correct? One, two,
Yeah,
three,
that's everything. That's all of them. Yep.
eight,
Yep.
nine. Right. So the ninth one. Let's talk about. So did you know there was a ninth, The Rise of Skywalker?
I didn't know when it was coming out or what it was going to be called. So I'm guessing that I've missed the last couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually seen the last few, and the reason why is because it comes out around my birthday. My
Yeah.
birthday is December 19th, 87. And here on Wikipedia, if you see the last Rogue One came out December 19th, then of 2016. Well, that wasn't the last, but The Last Jedi would have been the last one, right? So December 15th. And
Hmm.
then you had
Yeah, episode 8.
Rogue One December 16th of 2016, and then The Force Awakens December 18th. So I've seen these movies around my birthday.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Here is
yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead. You're good.
The Rise of Skywalker. So this is a new film coming out as of August 26th. This is like a clip that they're saying that maybe Rey is going to be on the darker side because she's holding um,
Double bladed lightsaber.
double bladed lightsabers, which is crazy.
So it looks like now I haven't seen the clip, but it looks like she's just holding like at the bottom. It's just a regular like the holder of the lightsaber, but two come out instead of one, basically.
Well, there is a clip, so let's find out. You want to watch
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I mean, let's see how long it is. Watch at least like 30 seconds of it.
It's about 2 minutes. Well, I'll
Yeah,
fast
but
forward it here.
so and like make sure the quality is like 360, so we don't buffer here too much.
Yeah. It's at 480.
Yeah, I'll still do 360 just in case.
Okay. Well, we've seen that.
Okay, so they're showing old Star Wars.
Yes, it's it.
And
Oh, there it is. Oh, sick.
holy, okay, cool.
Let's go back to that.
Go back. Okay. So this is what's her name again?
Ray. Her name is what the heck's her full name? It's
something Skywalker, right? No.
no, I think. What the
Oh
heck
no,
is her-
she's just something different.
Let me say real quick.
Yeah, Ray, whatever, Ray.
Ray is Jakku scavenger survival.
Okay.
They just called her Ray.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So there's a little video clip already.
Hey, okay. So if anyone's okay, go back up. Go back up to that GIF. Okay. So it's kind of like if anybody is a Star Wars nerd and they remember Darth Maul, he had the spikes on his head.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
So she can hold this lightsaber like he does, where it's basically longer and it has a lightsaber on each side, but she can also turn the second one back in to
Yeah.
where it looks like she's holding two lightsabers straight up in the air instead of just having one long lightsaber like a big staff bow. So that's pretty cool, actually. That's a very
Yeah,
unique
it's
idea.
insane. It's kind of like, coming out with new lightsabers now,
Yeah.
So
That's
this is
interesting.
coming out. Let's see. I have it on Wikipedia. What happened? I know it's coming out in December. Let's go. I don't know where it's at. December. I think it's coming out this year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just go back to the.
No, December 20th is what you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this one comes out December 20th. So a little.
December 20th this year. And now what's curious, I mean, what I was noticed is that the director is J.J. Abrams,
Yep.
Jeffrey Abrams. He directed The Force Awakens. It doesn't say who. Okay, Ryan Johnson. So a new director for The Last Jedi, and now all of a sudden it goes back to Jeffrey Abrams, and then another guy named Chris Terrio.
Yeah, I don't know why they do the switch. I guess just to get a new, more perspectives in there, better ways,
I
or
mean, George
just
Lucas was definitely one of the best here.
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, he did do the Phantom Menace, which came out in 1999,
Yeah,
and that was the one that came back after so long, since
right.
1983. So, and that was probably the worst one. There were some good parts in it, but overall, it was the worst one, in my
But if you
opinion.
notice here, yeah, I agree with that. And then, well, if you guys notice here, if you're watching this, and people that are listening, as we were talking in the last podcast, how a lot of streaming services are coming out. Disney, they're already planning. Look, it's untitled, but December 16th of 2022, December 20th of 2024, December
Yep.
18th of 20. So every 2 years, they're going to be coming out with the next three Star Wars films after this one.
Yeah. So what they were trying to do, starting a couple of years ago, they were actually trying to make a Star Wars every single year.
Sorry, so my daughter just decided to hop in here, and so this is Carly, everybody, and we'll just say hi. Say hi. Okay. All
Hey,
right.
Carly. It looks like
Hi.
a miniature Lady Gaga.
She wants to get
Uh,
married, but she's only 6 years old, so
okay,
uh,
well, another 5 years, she'll be fine.
yeah, you're
I'm
right.
just
Go back to Star Wars now.
but well, I mean, we did cover a lot about Star
Yeah.
Wars, but at least that letting so the new one's coming out December 20th for Star Wars.
Well, I mean, I was just saying, go back real quick. Is it's amazing how Disney, they're pushing the streaming service, and now after this Star Wars, there's going to be another three more Star Wars already planned, for the streaming service and for the movies, of course.
Yeah, that was a big. I mean, even though it was years ago, that was a very smart move on their part as far as
Like, does it
buying.
ever end? Does Star Wars ever end? Like Harry Potter, it's like, when does this end? It's like never.
Yeah, well, like even the new Harry Potters, in my opinion, they're not. I mean, they're not called Harry Potter. Oh my God, what are they called? They're like something Fantastic Beasts, but the
Right.
the two new ones are better than any Harry Potter movie I ever watched. They're amazing. But um, speaking of new things that are coming out as far as um, games and software and so forth. I actually wanted to touch on World of Warcraft, which is actually, I believe, being released today. So right now we are just going to jump into the World of Warcraft release, also known as WoW. So let me see here. So, like I said, we were talking about things that were being released soon, and we are actually right on the money here today. So,
Yeah.
World World of War Classic, and supposedly this has been an extremely anticipated game, especially for classic users like people who started out with the original World of Warcraft.
I
Um,
did. I remember playing it. The original ones were funny, man. It was like a little human guy and an orc, and you were like chopping trees down.
yeah, well, it seems like they're bringing back a lot of features back from the first one,
Dude,
and
that's awesome. I
yeah,
can't wait for this game, man.
yeah, because supposedly you couldn't even play the old, like once they kept going and going and making updates and having newer World of Warcrafts, that you couldn't play the old one anymore. So
Yeah, yeah,
and from what I heard was that they actually were not able to even use the original like programming for the first. So they essentially went back and slowly like were removed, like going back from like the newest one and removing certain things from each one to get back to the original.
yeah.
But as far as its release date, anyone that's listening, World of Warcraft Classic will launch on August 27th worldwide, with a slightly earlier August 26th launch. It says in the Americas and parts of Europe, to keep
Oh wow! So I could actually download this like right now.
today. Today, yeah. So six. So well, no, not till 6.
Well, it's 3 p.m. I wonder what that means. Oh, that's Pacific time. Okay. So I
Okay.
got
Yeah. Yeah.
3 minutes. So I could download this.
Yeah. So yeah.
Awesome.
By the time this podcast comes out, you will be able to download World of Warcraft Classic
That's
in
awesome.
North America, and it seems like, and in Europe, it'll be 11 p.m. BST, which I British Standard Time. I don't. I'm not exactly sure what that means, to be honest.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
And 8 a.m. Australia, August 27th. And that's just because all those times are so close together, because Australia is literally like the edge of the timeline,
Yeah.
as far as like our format goes for measuring time. So what's the same? What's different? I'm not going to read this whole thing. But basically, they're saying World of Warcraft Classic aims to be an authentic recreation of the original vanilla World of Warcraft as of the 1.12 patch. That brings the game up to its state as of August 22nd, 2006. Holy crap. Just before the Burning Crusade expansion. So it seems, yep, they're definitely going back towards what the original
Dude, I
was.
can't wait, man. You know who loved this, Paul?
Oh,
My stepfather Dan, who passed away cancer. He loved this. Like he played it faithfully on the computer all the time, and he was older. I mean, he was like, in his
his 40s,
40s,
50. Yeah.
yeah, playing World of Warcraft, but he loved it.
Damn. Yeah, I know. A couple other of our family members that will also definitely be playing this specific one cousin in particular. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna get
but
this game. I really am, dude. I can't wait.
interesting. Okay, yeah, going back to the original. So I guess you have to have Steam. I
So, is
think.
there like a video, a trailer, or something on this, or
Um, I'm sure there is, but well, let me see. Let me go up here.
what's that?
They do have a video on here. Let's see. Let's just take a sneak peek. Let me see if I can lower the quality to. I'm just gonna put it in low.
Yeah.
So this seems to just be like a kind of a sneak peek at it. So for anyone who's just listening, just
What is that? Monkeys.
yeah.
This reminds me of
Oh,
Planet.
this is a different game.
I was like, what?
Okay, so they
This
are.
is Planet of the Apes?
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let's get into. So now they're in.
Oh wow, it's like realistic almost. It's like
Yeah.
a that's pretty cool. Really realistic looking.
Okay. So they're having. So anyone who actually plays WoW right now can download it for free.
That's awesome.
So if you have a WoW account right now, it's not going to. It's not going to cost you anything.
So wait, stop right there. It's gonna go on Switch. Oh no, this is just what other ones top. So I guess it would be on the computer, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. It's definitely going
I
to
think
be
it's
on the
on
PC.
Xbox, from what I'm not mistaken. I played it on Xbox in the past.
Yeah. Okay, and then just real quick, literally at the same time, we have Android 10 coming out, and it looks like it's coming out today as well. Wait,
Oh,
well, never mind. I said the rumor today suggests that September 3rd, 2019 is the official Android 10 release date. I did see. Okay, I looked at a different date. I apologize. So I apologize. Forgive me. Uh, Suggests that September 3rd, 2019 is the official Android 10 release date for the public. So the only thing is, so they did beta test it, and it shows you a list of phones that they did use. And it says you'll more than likely see a final update to Android 10 in September. This goes for the Google Pixel, Pixel 2 and 3, Pixel XL, Pixel 2 XL, and 3 XL, and the Google Pixel 3. If you have a Pixel in general, you're fine. Asus Zen Phone 5Z was a part of the beta program. Central Phone PH1. I always forget how you pronounce this, but the Hawaii Mate 20 Pro, LG G8 Thin Q, which is actually a really awesome phone. Nokia 8.1, OnePlus 6T, Oppo Reno, Realm 3 Pro, Sony Xperia, Tecno Spark 3 Pro, Vivio X27, Nex S, Nex A, Xiaomi, however you pronounce that, Xiaomi, whatever, Mi 9, and the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3 5G. So,
all right, say that 10 times fast.
yeah, right. Xiaomi! It sounds like I'm casting a spell.
Spark next Vivo, Spark, Reno, real time examio.
But there's quite a few things that are coming out very soon. So we talked about Star Wars coming out later in December 20th. Then we have the Android 10.0 version coming out in September 2019. And then after this podcast is actually released, World of Warcraft should be available in the it should be available worldwide, basically. So since all the timelines are going to be very similar, so it's going to be the 26th and the 27th as far as everything is being released. Because right now, yeah, it's all going to be released because the Australian time, it's already the 27th there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, because they're about between, I think, like 7 to 8. Or no, they're like 12 to 14 hours ahead. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah. So it's like 6. It's 5. Right now it's 5:38 in the morning there. It's 5:38 p.m. here, Eastern Standard Time. It is at least 5:38 a.m. August 27th there. So, and when we were talking about, so as far as the World of Warcraft release, now this was a very old video that I'm going to bring up. Very old, like from closer to the original World of Warcraft video. So, from I'll make this very simple. basically there was this guild on World of Warcraft years ago. I was just shown this recently. And what happened was a woman in the guild died in real life. And
Oh,
yeah, and supposedly everybody in the guild were actually friends in real life as well. So they
huh.
said, okay, we're gonna have we're gonna have a funeral for her in the game,
Oh,
the
wow.
World of Warcraft game, where everybody gets in line.
That's cool.
Yeah, but what's not cool
I mean, it's
is
like, it's pretty, respectful to honor somebody, I guess, even in a game.
yeah, but what happens is not respectful at all.
Oh,
So what happened? This was, I guess, this was over 10 years ago.
uh,
So they released this to people and said, if you want to come pay your respects, please do.
but
And
not in the game.
so no, in the game.
No, I know, I'm kidding.
So yeah. So and when you're at this funeral, nobody's wearing armor. Nobody has any weapons on them. Nobody can use anything.
Okay.
So if you're watching this right now, you can pause it and read this real quick. But it's basically exactly what I said. So as far as they're holding a funeral for somebody that was in a guild
Now the
who
funeral's
died in
already
real life.
done.
What?
The funeral's done now, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's been done. This is, like I said, it's over a decade old.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, yeah, you said, yeah, Ducky.
yeah, so I'm putting it at 360p. That was what they posted, saying that she died in real life, nice person, and they're gonna have a funeral for her in the game. And what I'm gonna fast forward through a lot of it because it's a almost 8-minute video, but
Oh, wow.
I'll get to the. I'm just gonna get to the good parts if I can here. So let's start. Turn it down a little bit.
8-minute funeral in a game. That's pretty long.
No, I mean the video is 8 minutes long. So what you see right now are people visit. You see the girl in the middle, where my mouse is.
I don't see anything right now.
You can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't. I thought I shared it. No.
Let me see. Unless my
No. Oh no. I might. I'm sorry. I didn't share it. So okay. What I said still applies.
Okay, now
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So I thought I shared it.
Now funeral crash.
Yeah. So the
3,000 likes, 600.
yeah. What we will link it. Serenity Now. It's called Serenity Now Funeral Crash HD. So and like I said, it just says when the person passed and that they'll be having a funeral for her in the game. So
I never heard something like this.
yeah. So, and it seemed they wanted to be a very respectful thing, but like I said, nobody's wearing armor or anything like that. No weapons. Yeah. It's just to have the funeral for this person. So let's go and see.
Can you make the quality a little better, or
hold on? Say it again.
Make the quality a little better.
I think that's actually as good as it's going to get because it's from so long ago.
Oh well, you got
1080p. Well, let me see. When I put it at 720, I don't think it's really gonna. I don't think it really changes how a little bit. I'll put it at 4.
What's going on?
I just don't want it to lag. That's all. That's why I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
60. So, okay.
Make the screen bigger if you could.
Yeah, hold on. So what's happening? So basically, what's happening right now is this is a different guild coming in to ruin the funeral.
Wow.
So this is a totally separate guild. Yep. They're gonna and they're all coming with their weapons and everything to this funeral.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I'll show you the line here. So if anyone's watching, I just paused it, but so there's this big line of people waiting to pay their respects So
Yeah.
somebody logged into her account, the person that died, and we're using her actual avatar in the game. People are coming up to pay their respects. So they're going back and forth in the video from the funeral and then from the people that are charging towards the funeral. So let's just get to the all right, hold on. I'm gonna get right before it. Okay.
So what is that there?
Okay. So okay. So the team is rushing the funeral. They're about okay. So I'm gonna pause it. So
Who's that in the water? Is that her?
that's her in the water. That's who people are paying their respects to.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this guild, this other asshole guild comes up and ruins the whole thing. And everybody is unarmed. Keep that in mind.
So how do they play with fists?
Can't do it. You really can't do anything. So, but just watch what happens now.
Can't do anything.
So, boom. So they just killed the girl that they were. They killed the girl that died in real life. They killed her avatar, and now they play this music while they're just annihilating. While they're annihilating everybody at the funeral.
Everyone's running around like berserk.
So yeah, the funeral got crashed by these people at the by this other guild, and they're killing everybody that was waiting in line. That they killed the lady who they were having the funeral for, and then they killed everybody who was waiting in line for.
So they're all going to be haunted for the rest of their lives.
So, and then I think this was actually their page, and it says, so at the end of the video, it says, here we go. Sorry for your loss. Yes, we know we are assholes.
Wow.
So that's the, those are the people that actually put up the video. Such a dick move.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, I think it was like 13 years ago, I want to say, to be honest.
Wow.
But like I said, our cousin, he showed it to us recently, and I was like pissing my pants watching it because it's so disrespectful and ridiculous. Yeah. So, but we're going to make sure that from now on, we're going to make sure that we have every single link of what we shared in all of the videos. So yeah, everything that everybody saw today will be in the description on the YouTube video, and I guess possibly in the other platforms as well. I mean, it doesn't hurt just to throw the links in there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think we got everything today, my friend, unless you have anything else to add.
No, I mean, I don't know. Do you know that the pumpkin spice Wawa coffee came out today?
I am aware that it came out.
Are aware?
Yeah, I am aware that it has. Well, what you're talking about is the Wawa pumpkin spice is from Wawa, which is more of an Eastern Seaboard convenience store. Very popular.
Yeah. So I just I'm gonna play this real quick. This is just a final laughter for anybody who has gone to Wawa or drinks coffee and doesn't like flavored coffee per se. Wawa's coffee's great, but not this one. Okay. This is pumpkin spice coffee.
It looks like you're about to enjoy it. Very nice. Very nice. So it looks like, so in that video, it looks like well, Chris's face isn't in it, but it's him getting a pumpkin spice coffee at Wawa, and he's pouring it into his cup, and then it looks like he's going to drink it, but he ends up throwing it in the trash.
Yeah. I mean, I love pumpkin pie, but pumpkin spice coffee. Come on, guys.
You really don't like it that much?
It's all right. It doesn't taste that great. It's okay.
Okay, so last but not least, thanks for the video. Thanks for wasting that coffee, Chris.
I did pay for my coffee. So.
I know. It's funny.
I'm not a fan of this pumpkin.
Just threw them. Just chucked it. Whatchamacallit. So, and like I mentioned in the last podcast that we're doing our best to update our equipment, such as Chris got a new laptop to help with just the overall performance and everything. And if I haven't mentioned, I have a new microphone, which I'm going to point at the camera now. It looks...
You've been using that the whole time today, right?
Today, yes. Let me see if I can turn on this other light here. So
I hear an echo now, but when you were talking, I didn't hear an echo.
Well, I think that's because I just had it face the other way.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, it goes to show that's really working, you know?
The audio from this, I'll put a link in the description for this microphone, it's incredible. It's by a company called Blue, but the name of the product is it's called like black ice or something. Hold on, I'm gonna grab the box real quick here. This is so for anybody who's interested in starting a new YouTube channel and so forth, and they want better audio quality. This is the product here. So it's called Snowball. The company's name is Blue, but it's called a Snowball Black Ice, and they also have the white ice as well. It just connects through a USB cable, but it's supposedly one of the best, like, quote unquote studio mics that you can get for under $100. So if you're starting out, so if you are starting out a channel, or if you do have a channel and you want to get a better microphone, but you don't want to shell out a ton of money, I highly recommend this microphone. So just doing tests when I first got it, I was like, holy crap, and, just comparing it to other videos and so forth. So pretty amazing. So we're doing the best that we can. We're doing the best that we can here, folks. So, but I think we got a lot of good stuff today as far as what's coming out. So the YouTube analytics, starting a whole new channel, and in the future we're going to be on other platforms, like the Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that good stuff. So,
awesome.
So tell your friends, tell your family, tell whoever to check out the Inner Circle podcast. Hide your kid. I was actually thinking that in the back of my head. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Oh my God, that's old as hell too. That's like 10 years old.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Check this. Like the videos, comment. We want to hear your feedback. Let us know if there's any topics you want us to talk about. We'll try to talk about them on the next podcast if you can do it now or sooner than later, because we will be doing podcast 9 pretty soon. So thank you to everybody's support. Yeah,
big time. I'm hoping to see at least 10 views for this video. That would be nice. and none of them that are ours.
My daughter saying goodbye.
All right. Bye, Carly. So, all right, guys. Well, until the next one, number 9, we'll see when we do that. But please enjoy the 8 total podcasts that we have so far, especially during your car ride home or whatever it is, or if you're bored at work, just check us out. So, and yeah, I think that's it, my friend.
Awesome.
So,
all right, have a good one, guys. Take care.
Later. See ya.